Well, welcome back, everyone. Friends, thank you for being here. This is Silky Intuitive. My name is Nancy, and what I've got for you right now is a weekly reading for the sign of Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, July 22nd through 29, give or take a day or two in front or behind. And otherwise, we're going to do a little bit of past, present, future. Now, if you decide you want a reading meant just for you, your concerns, your questions, something important going on in your life, reach out to me. We'll do it based upon those things, your birth sign information. All readings are done on video, and all information is kept private. Okay, so the end of this reading, we're going to do a love reading for the sign of Taurus at a Vimeo link that is also here. And by the way, the summer sales are going to be ending soon, guys. So if you're wanting a reading now, it's time to take advantage of the sales that I've got going on, because those summer sales are going to be coming to a close probably within the next few. Okay, let's see what we've got before the end of the summer. Okay, let's see. I think we're going to go with these. We've got 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Maybe you're working on something. Don't know, maybe you're just working on improving yourself. Let's see what we've got here. 2 of Swords, Page of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands. 10 of Pentacles, 3 of Cups, Ace of Wands, the Lovers, 10 of Wands, and the 2 of Cups. I was wondering if we were going to be talking about love here, and you'll be having a double reading where we do love here, and then we're going to go over to Vimeo and focus on love for you there. So we'll be having a definite crossover reading going on here. If that's the case, the reading at Vimeo is just a continuation of your story. So what we've got here. 2 of Swords, the stalemate. Are you at a stalemate? Feels like you are definitely here. Between the Lovers, the 2 of Cups, all of this heavy sexual energy, and the very sexual partner. I would say we're talking about a very physical relationship. Now, I'm going to say, some of you are maybe involved with someone whose behavior is a little bit risky. They drink too much, and you both drink too much and end up falling into bed. There's an evaluation going on inside one of you as to whether or not maybe you even want to continue with this relationship. Choice is definitely coming to light for someone. Somebody considering giving up drinking in order to solidify this relationship. Because I do think this might be 2 people who share an indulgence, fall into bed, make wild, passionate love, and then when you're both sober, you're kind of looking at one another wondering, well, number 1, what did I do last night? And number 2, what am I supposed to do now? There's a feeling of not knowing which way to go with a relationship that feels very maybe liquor-induced, and it's got a real energy of friends with benefits. Someone is considering that their feelings are actually bigger for this person. One of the 2 people in this friends with benefits situation, pardon me, is starting to consider whether or not they feel more for this person. Or is it just the drink? Is it just the wine that's creating this? I want to say this is an illusion of love, because it feels like there's a bit of a drug-induced or alcohol-induced haze around the choices that are being made here. One of you be married. I've got to say that. I was really going to leave the infidelity part out of it. But one of you feels very much like you already have a partner. Now, Taurus, this partner or this lover, I'm going to call it, because the lover is here. I want to say that this person may actually be younger than you, but the element of sex is really the overriding influence in the direction that this relationship has taken. I almost wonder if this was a meeting, fall into bed, too much wine, wake up the next day, scratch your head and do the walk of shame, and then you get up the next day and you have not learned your lesson. There's a repetitive nature here, especially with these twos here. And this guy's sense of making that physical connection. So the sex is really important here. But so is the wine for whoever this is this is taking the chance on their love life. This isn't gonna, we know this is not gonna resonate with everybody. But we all know somebody who does this. So if you're on the outside watching this, it's sort of playing out in front of you and you saying to yourself, shit, I already knew this. Here's the part that I'm really more concerned with. And it's under this meeting with wine, okay? I think that it's starting to become not just an overwhelming influence over these very sexually charged, almost drunken sexual rages where you just don't remember what you did the night before. It's the burden. It's the burden of the situation. It's the burden of the booze. It's affecting your foundation. Some of you who are dealing with this are really on shaky ground. You are being, I think you're holding your own, but with the pages, they're messengers. They're messengers. And so the message that you maybe want to take away from this, whether you're an observer of this situation or you're actually in it, you really need to focus on the message that's coming from this. Because that kind of overindulgence, not only is it coming through here as a very difficult, burden to manage, there's also a veil of gossip going on around you with this. There's a feeling that people are talking about you. If this is a work situation, because we know the Pentacles can talk about work. They can also talk about your personal security. There may be word on the street, and that's where the gossip comes in, that if this is behavior with a work associate, word is getting out, and there's talk. There's talk here that your security is at risk, because this is the card that brings the risk, the Lovers. It's a risky situation for whoever is in it. If you are the lover, if you are the mistress, if you are the man involved with possibly a married woman, because this can be our marriage with outsiders, especially when they're here in the lover's embrace, which means we've got a lot going on here for someone. Whoever this is talking to, you're juggling two romantic relationships. There's a reason you took a chance on this person. I'm telling you that. There's a reason why he's here in your life. Because I'm guessing that the relationship you're already in, if you're married, even if you're just dating, it'll become mundane. It'll be boring. It'll be I mean, I would say that you may not communicate with your spouse or your partner that well anymore. This person seems to satisfy a real empty place in your life. He's sitting in the empty place. This person fulfills a need in you. There's a joy, a happiness, a connection, a real connection. I want to take a look and see if maybe this person is connected to work, maybe if they're a neighbor, maybe this is a situation you know these people. You have a knowing, the information. You maybe have seen these two neighbors meeting on a rendezvous when they thought that no one was watching. Your element as a outside be what this really talks about, if it's not going on in your personal life. You may have witnessed something. You may have been a witness, and someone have asked you not to say anything, and now you carry that burden of secrecy. And the gossip is swirling around you, and you know what's going on. But I think you're not saying anything. This be a friend who you've seen their husband or their wife with someone else. It could be that this person is having a same-sex relationship, which surprised some of the people involved in the situation also. The nature of the sexual relationship. They also take people by surprise, as if one of them is very young and the other one is is more mature or older. I can't say it's a winter-summer relationship. Maybe more summer and fall, or even spring and summer. It feels very much like there's some differences between these two people, and the element of the relationship, the chemistry of the relationship, is almost kind of surprising, I think, from the people who are witness to this. The ones that are gossiping about it, too. The family room. Family members. I'm hearing for some of you it's a brother and his sister-in-law. For some of you, it is, I don't even want to go there. I just heard a son-in-law and a mother-in-law, which is very, very weird, kinky, screwed up, if this is talking to you. But this is connected to the family room. So this is a spouse, but the relationship is very close. Almost as if we've got next-door neighbors here. Jumping over the backyard fence in the middle of the night. Thought. I have to say that there really is a lot of thinking about this person. A lot of thinking. Children. There have been witnesses. The children have been witnesses to things too. For some of you, it's really a tricky situation, because even the children have witnessed some things. Poverty. That's interesting, because I think there's maybe a concern that someone is being maybe left behind, that someone in this situation, family, money, is also connected. It almost feels like you're the witness to someone pursuing someone else. Different classes. That's what I want. One has great fortune and one of them lives in poverty. It's like we've got total dichotomy going on. But then look at this. We have the thief underneath all of this. Some will be in this backyard relationship over the money. Some will be having financial issues. And it's almost as if this whole thing is being done with money exchanges. As if the neighbor, the lady next door, is giving sexual favors to the lonely men, you know, in the neighborhood. It feels like a very backdoor, open door kind of text me and come on over kind of situation. It's very close to home for some of you. For someone, it's about the money. For someone, it's about the money that they're maybe earning through a backdoor kind of setup. This is getting into some weird territory here, guys. I gotta say, we've got a backdoor thing going on in a neighborhood. There may be more than one man seeking the comforts of this woman who I think is very bold and doesn't really give a shit about screwing all the men in the neighborhood. Sorry about that. I'm sorry that message went that way, but that's the way it came to me. I'm going to let this one go. I'm going to give some guidance here and hope to hell this is nobody's neighborhood, but I know it goes on because honestly, the lady next door. Oh yeah, the lady next door. Actually, she's closer than next door. The lady next door. She's got some preferred guests on her list. Interesting, right? Good thing you guys don't know where I live. Alright, change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. I don't know what that message is supposed to mean for someone. Blame. I accept responsibility for my own well-being. Wowie. So this is talking about somebody's purpose in life too. There's some stuff being exchanged here. This shouldn't be changed. This should be exchanged. Because there's some money being exchanged, some favors being exchanged. And I think it's pretty well known in the neighborhood what this person really does out of the comfort of their home. But it feels very much like some of the men in the neighborhood are taking advantage of her unique skills. I'm going to be as freaking kind as I can here. So that's what I've got. Good Lord, Taurus, I am moving on. I am moving on to your love reading. God help us all. I don't know who the hell this is going to resonate with. Watch it, laugh at it. It's there for your entertainment. And now I'm going to go and get ready to do a love reading. Now I'm going to take this card and we're going to pull in a whole new energy. Please and yes, thank Michael, my spirit guide. He is the one to blame for this. So that's what we've got going on here. And until next week, reach out to me if you want. This was really very interesting, and it may not touch on people, but y'all gotta know there's a lot of this shit going on in your neighborhood, in your own backyard. It really is scary, right? Okay, so until the next time, next week, take care, Taurus, Sun, Moon, Rising, be well.